In the arid heart of the Sinai Desert, where golden dunes stretch as far as the eye can see and the relentless sun shines upon the parched earth, a familiar figure emerges on the horizon. It is Jethro, also known as Ruel, a man of deep faith and a priest of Midian. Jethro leads a caravan of camels laden with provisions, guiding his family through the vast desert landscapes in search of a new beginning. After the dramatic escape of Moses from Egypt, where he faced unimaginable dangers to flee from slavery and secure the freedom of his people, Jethro feels a divine call to join Moses on this extraordinary journey. News of the Israelites' liberation and the wonders that God performed to guide them there reached Jethro's ears, awakening an unwavering desire in his heart to participate in this greater purpose. Jethro's caravan moves forward with determination, each step echoing in the desert's silence. Stars begin to speckle the sky at dusk, creating a celestial spectacle that witnesses the union of two families destined to meet. Finally, after days of arduous travel under the scorching sun and cold nights under the starry canopy, Jethro and his family spot activity in the distance, colorful tents and the vigorous presence of Moses leading the people of Israel. As they approach, the scene is filled with pure emotion and relief. Moses, with a long beard and resolute gaze, is surrounded by men and women carrying the hope of a promised land. The reunion between father-in-law and son-in-law is warm and full of gratitude. Jethro dismounts his camel, his eyes reflecting the wisdom gained over the years and the humility of a leader who recognizes the greatness of the divine purpose. The tents become a hub of lively and welcoming conversations. Moses receives Jethro with a brotherly embrace, thanking God for the arrival of his father-in-law and his family. Children run around, curious about the new visitors, while the women share stories and laughter in the shade of the tents. As night deepens, a bonfire is lit in the center of the camp. The flickering light of the flames dances on the faces of Jethro and Moses, illuminating the striking features of their faces. Seated together, they share their experiences and challenges. Jethro listens attentively to Moses' narratives about the plagues in Egypt, the crossing of the Red Sea, and the miracles that allowed the people of Israel to escape slavery. The gentle desert breeze carries the sound of stories of bravery and faith, creating an atmosphere of reverence and hope. Inspired by Moses' strength and determination, Jethro feels motivated to contribute his own wisdom and experience, ready to support his son-in-law on this divine journey. As the stars shine brightly in the night sky, Jethro's arrival in the desert symbolizes not only a family reunion, but also the beginning of an alliance of wisdom and collaboration that will be crucial for the effective leadership of the people of Israel. Jethro's presence marks a new chapter in Moses' history, where tradition and innovation meet to build a promising future toward the promised land. Jethro's arrival in the desert is not just a family reunion, but also the start of a partnership that brings wisdom and structure to Moses' leadership. This moment highlights the importance of having wise mentors and advisors on our journey, showing how collaboration and counsel can transform challenges into victories. If you feel motivated and inspired by this content, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss more videos like this. We will bring a series of content with biblical teachings and inspiring stories that motivate us to continue and not give up. Let's proceed with the story. As Jethro's caravan advances through the desert, twilight paints the sky with shades of orange and purple, announcing the imminent arrival at Moses' camp. Israel's tents, organized in a harmonious pattern, glow in the evening light, reflecting the hope and determination of the people seeking the promised land. Jethro, with his serene demeanor and eyes full of expectation, leads his family toward the heart of the bustling camp. When Jethro and his family approach, Moses, visibly relieved and happy, comes out to greet them. The reunion is filled with emotion. Tight hugs, genuine smiles, and tears of joy are shared under the vast starry desert sky. Moses, with his gray beard and simple yet dignified attire, symbolizes the humble and resilient leadership that has guided the people of Israel through immense challenges. Moses leads Jethro and his family to one of the larger tents, where they are received with great hospitality. The women quickly prepare a hearty meal, using the few available supplies but always willing to share what they have. The aroma of freshly baked bread and aromatic herbs fills the air, creating a welcoming and festive atmosphere. Children, curious and excited, run around the tents, watching the new visitors with bright eyes and delighted smiles. They are greeted with laughter and play, while the adults engage in lively conversations, exchanging stories and experiences from the long desert journeys. This moment of unity strengthens the familial and spiritual bonds between Jethro and Moses, highlighting the importance of community and mutual support. Seated at the table, Moses and Jethro share a symbolic meal that reflects both Midianite and Israelite traditions. The blending of cultures and customs enriches their coexistence, promoting an exchange of wisdom and experiences. Moses listens attentively to Jethro's stories about Midian, his religious practices, and his leadership as a priest, recognizing him not just as a father-in-law but as a trusted partner. The conversation deepens as the night progresses. Moses talks about the challenges faced in leading the people of Israel, from the escape from Egypt to the adversities in the desert. Jethro, with his wisdom acquired over the years, offers words of encouragement and understanding, acknowledging the magnitude of the mission Moses has undertaken. This intimate dialogue strengthens their bond, rooted in shared faith and commitment to the divine purpose. As the stars begin to shine intensely in the night sky, Moses leads a prayer of thanks for Jethro's arrival and the continued divine protection. Inspired by Moses' devotion, Jethro actively participates, joining in the collective chant that echoes through the desert. Jethro's presence not only strengthens familial ties but also enriches the camp's spirituality, bringing new perspectives and renewing the collective faith. Moses, recognizing the importance of Jethro and his family, ensures they have the best places to rest and settle in the camp. The men of the people help erect additional tents, while the women prepare special utensils and provisions for the guests. This gesture of generosity reflects the spirit of camaraderie and the value placed on the wisdom Jethro brings. Jethro's arrival is a milestone for the entire Israelite community. His presence inspires other leaders and members of the people to reflect on their own responsibilities and ways to contribute to collective leadership. The interaction between Jethro and Moses serves as a powerful example of how collaboration and mutual respect can strengthen the social and spiritual structure of the community. The meeting and warm reception of Jethro by Moses not only reinforce family ties, but also lay the foundation for fruitful collaboration and more effective leadership. This moment highlights the importance of welcoming new members generously and recognizing the value each individual can bring to the community, fostering an environment of growth and shared wisdom. The meeting between Jethro and Moses exemplifies how hospitality and acceptance can strengthen relationships and build solid foundations for leadership. This episode reminds us of the importance of valuing and welcoming wise counsel, recognizing that unity and collaboration are essential to overcoming challenges and achieving greater goals. After the warm reception, the night in Moses' camp continues to unfold with an aura of intimacy and reverence. The stars shine brightly in the clear desert sky, while the central bonfire casts dancing shadows on the tents and the attentive faces of those present. It is in this setting that Moses decides to share with Jethro the extraordinary works that God has performed to free the people of Israel from Egypt. Moses sits comfortably in front of the bonfire, with Jethro beside him. The crackling of the flames creates a serene soundtrack, while Jethro's eyes fixate on his son-in-law, eager to hear the stories that shaped Israel's faith and journey. The children, now silent, settle around, enchanted by the anticipation of hearing tales of miracles and courage. Moses begins by recounting the dark days of slavery in Egypt, where the Israelites were forced into hard labor under Pharaoh's harsh rule. He describes how the oppression seemed insurmountable, with every attempt to flee brutally suppressed. Jethro listens attentively, imagining the pain and suffering his son-in-law and his people endured, feeling deep empathy and respect for their resilience. As Moses narrates the 10 plagues, Jethro is transported to each crucial moment. He visualizes the waters of the Nile turning to blood, frogs invading the homes, plagues devastating the land, and the fear that paralyzed Egypt. Each plague is described with vivid detail: the total darkness that covered the country, hailstorms destroying entire harvests, and the death of the firstborn, an event that sealed Pharaoh's determination. Moses shares the glorious moment of leaving Egypt when God parted the Red Sea, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry land. Jethro can almost feel the sand beneath his feet and hear the roar of the divided waters. He imagines the relief and euphoria of the people escaping slavery, marching toward freedom under Moses' leadership. The account moves to the hardships faced in the desert: hunger, thirst, and the constant challenges of keeping faith alive. Moses describes how God provided manna from heaven and water from rocks, sustaining the people even in the harshest conditions. Impressed by the divine providence, Jethro acknowledges God's hand guiding and protecting his son-in-law and his people every step of the way. Moses does not fail to mention the countless miracles he witnessed: clouds that illuminated the path during the day and a pillar of fire that protected the camp at night. He recounts how God intervened in battles, ensuring victories that seemed impossible and keeping enemies at bay. Jethro listens to every word with growing admiration, feeling the magnitude of the Lord's greatness. Finally, Moses shares the moment when God delivered the tablets of the law on Mount Sinai, establishing a sacred covenant with the people of Israel. He describes the solemnity and reverence of that event, where just laws were established to guide the community. Jethro recognizes the importance of these laws for the people's organization and morality, understanding how divine guidance was fundamental to the nation's success. As Moses concludes his account, Jethro is deeply touched and inspired. His eyes shine with a newfound understanding of God's strength and mercy. He feels a renewed faith and a greater appreciation for the role God played in Moses and the people of Israel's journey. Jethro's wisdom deepens, recognizing that divine feats not only freed a people, but also establish the foundations for effective leadership and united community. With a heart full of gratitude, Jethro thanks Moses for sharing these powerful stories. He acknowledges the importance of keeping the memory of divine interventions alive, not just as a testament of faith, but also as a guide for future decisions and challenges. Jethro understands that these feats are the essence of the relationship between God and his people, serving as a constant reminder of the importance of obedience, faith, and wise leadership. Moses' account of God's feats not only illuminates the crucial moments of liberation and Israel's journey, but also reinforces divine grandeur and fidelity. This episode highlights the importance of recognizing and celebrating divine interventions in our lives, inspiring us to trust and follow with faith while seeking guidance and wisdom from our leaders and mentors. Do you feel any similarity between the moment you are living and the story told? Do you feel you are experiencing something similar? Tell us how you feel. If you need a prayer or help, share a story of overcoming to inspire us and give us strength to not give up. Comment if you want to help someone or need help. After a night of inspiring stories and strengthened bonds, the sun rises on the horizon, illuminating the vast Israelite camp with a golden and promising light. Jethro, observing attentively, begins to notice the numerous challenges Moses faces daily in leading the people of Israel alone. The morning promises more than just a new day. It reveals the complex tapestry of Moses' leadership and the pressures he carries. As the sun rises, Jethro walks through the rows of organized tents, observing Moses in action. Moses stands before the people, listening attentively to every concern and complaint that arises. People approach Moses with problems of all kinds: family disputes, issues of livestock grazing, needs for provisions, and internal conflicts. Each question and request seem to accumulate like desert dunes, and Jethro begins to realize the magnitude of the burden Moses carries alone. Jethro notices that although Moses is a wise and compassionate leader, there is a subtle weariness in his eyes and tension in his shoulders, indicating the exhaustion of trying to manage everything alone. He sees Moses spending long days under the scorching sun, sleepless nights worrying about the people's direction, and moments of frustration when solutions seem distant. Moses' dedication is undeniable, but Jethro recognizes that even the most determined leader can be overwhelmed by the sheer number of responsibilities. On a particularly busy morning, a heated dispute arises between two shepherds over the division of pastures. Moses, with infinite patience, listens to both sides, trying to mediate a fair solution. Jethro observes how each issue demands Moses' full attention and energy, leaving little room for him to breathe or think strategically. He understands that this approach, though fair, is not sustainable in the long run. Beyond the immediate demands, Jethro notices that Moses rarely has time to plan for the future or seek deeper spiritual guidance. The leader is constantly reacting to crises, preventing him from focusing on developing long-term strategies for the journey toward the promised land. Jethro sees that this lack of time for reflection and planning could lead to hasty and potentially harmful decisions for the people. Moses' overload affects not only himself but the entire Israelite community. Jethro notes that the excessive dependence on a single leader creates a bottleneck in administration and decision-making. People begin to feel the absence of other leadership voices, and the pressure on Moses starts to undermine the group's overall leadership effectiveness. The lack of delegation is hindering the community's growth and resilience. As he walks through a quieter area of the camp, Jethro reflects on what he is witnessing. He acknowledges Moses' dedication and sacrifice, but also clearly sees that this approach is not sustainable. Jethro understands that for the people of Israel to thrive and continue their journey with efficiency and harmony, a more distributed and collaborative leadership system is necessary. He feels that he possesses the wisdom and experience needed to help Moses face this monumental challenge. Moved by careful observation and the desire to lighten Moses' burden, Jethro decides it is time to intervene. He realizes that with his guidance and the delegation of responsibilities, not only can Moses lead more effectively, but it will also allow emerging leaders to develop and contribute to the community. Jethro knows that this change will be crucial for the continued success of Israel's journey. Jethro reflects on his own experiences as a priest and leader in Midian, where he learned the importance of sharing responsibilities and trusting other capable leaders. He understands that delegation not only alleviates the main leader's load, but also strengthens the community as a whole, fostering a culture of collaboration and mutual trust. Jethro's observation of Moses' leadership highlights the importance of recognizing signs of overload and the need to delegate responsibilities. This moment underscores how collaboration and the distribution of tasks are essential for effective and sustainable leadership, benefiting not only the leader but the entire community. After carefully observing Moses' tireless dedication and the growing overload he faces in leading all the people of Israel alone, Jethro feels deep concern. Recognizing the need for a change to ensure leadership sustainability and administrative efficiency, Jethro decides to share his wisdom with Moses. This moment marks a crucial turning point in the organization of the people of Israel, establishing a more structured and effective governance model. The next morning, under the soft light of dawn, Jethro calls Moses for a private conversation in the shade of a large acacia tree. The fresh desert air envelopes the setting, providing a peaceful space for meaningful dialogue. Moses, still tired from long nights of leadership, sits beside Jethro, noticing the seriousness in his father-in-law's gaze. Jethro begins by sharing his observations in a calm and thoughtful voice. He praises Moses' courage and faith, acknowledging the immense challenges he has faced. "Moses," says Jethro, "it has been inspiring to see how you have led the people of Israel with such dedication and faith. However, I have noticed that you are overwhelmed trying to resolve all the issues alone." Moses, aware of the truth in Jethro's words, listens attentively. He shares the numerous daily demands, from resolving minor disputes to ensuring everyone has what they need to continue the journey. "I feel that each day brings a new challenge, and I am exhausted trying to balance everything alone," Moses confesses, his voice laden with fatigue and concern. Jethro, with his experience as a priest and leader in Midian, proposes a practical and effective solution. "Moses, you are an extraordinary leader, but even the wisest need support. I suggest that you delegate some of these responsibilities to other trusted men, capable of leading in different areas. This will not only lighten your load, but also strengthen the community as a whole." He continues explaining the importance of selecting capable leaders who possess integrity, wisdom, and the ability to judge fairly. Choose men who are respected by the people, who have discernment, and who can handle the smaller issues, allowing you to focus on the more important matters and spiritual guidance. Moses reflects on Jethro's words, realizing the intrinsic wisdom in his advice. He understands that delegation is not a sign of weakness but a strategy to strengthen leadership and ensure the continuity and effectiveness of the people's administration. "You are right, Jethro. I have been trying to do everything alone, but I now see that this is not sustainable in the long run," Moses admits, feeling a wave of relief and hope. With Jethro's support, Moses begins to identify trusted men among the people of Israel. He observes emerging leaders, men who have already demonstrated leadership and justice in their daily interactions. Together, Moses and Jethro organize meetings to present the idea to the people, explaining the importance of delegation and how it will benefit everyone. Moses selects the first leaders, assigning them to specific areas such as justice, provisions, and community issues. Each leader receives clear guidance on their responsibilities and the importance of acting with integrity and wisdom. This process not only distributes the workload, but also fosters a sense of responsibility and belonging among the community members. The people of Israel receive the news with enthusiasm and relief. They recognize the need for distributed leadership and support Moses' decision. The community feels more organized and confident, knowing that their needs will be met more efficiently and fairly. The group's morale rises, and unity strengthens, reflecting the effectiveness of Jethro's advice. As the new leaders begin to perform their roles, Moses notices a significant transformation in the camp. Disputes are resolved more quickly, basic needs are met more efficiently, and Moses' burden decreases considerably. This allows him to dedicate more time to prayer, strategic planning, and spiritual guidance of the people, further strengthening the community's faith and cohesion. Jethro watches with satisfaction as his advice is successfully implemented. He sees how delegation not only lightens Moses' load but also empowers other leaders, fostering an environment of collaboration and mutual trust. Jethro's wisdom resonates strongly, demonstrating the importance of sharing responsibilities to achieve greater goals and ensure sustainable leadership. Moses, deeply grateful for Jethro's intervention, expresses his gratitude with a sincere embrace and words of thanks. "Jethro, your wisdom has saved me from an unbearable burden. With your help, we have built a leadership that will serve the people of Israel with justice and efficiency," declares Moses, feeling renewed and strengthened to continue the journey toward the Promised Land. Jethro's advice on delegating responsibilities to Moses exemplifies the importance of recognizing individual limitations and the need to distribute tasks to achieve more effective and sustainable leadership. This moment underscores how collaboration and trust in other leaders can transform seemingly insurmountable challenges into opportunities for growth and community strengthening. Like if you are enjoying, so YouTube continues to recommend videos like this, and it will be helping us and motivating us to continue. We thank you for every second, and may God bless you. With Jethro's wisdom still resonating in his heart, Moses returns to the camp with a renewed vision for Israel's leadership. He is determined to follow his father-in-law's advice and transform the way the people are governed, relieving the burden that has fallen on his shoulders and promoting a more just and efficient administration. The next morning, Moses calls a gathering of leaders and respected community members. The central tents of the camp are filled with people eager to hear the news. Moses, with a serene and determined expression, stands before the people, reflecting the authority and confidence that his relationship with God has granted him. "Beloved brothers and sisters," Moses begins, "we have a difficult journey ahead, and leadership over all of us has been a heavy responsibility. With the wise guidance of Jethro, our father-in-law, I believe it is time to reorganize our administration to better serve each one of you." Moses explains in detail the need to establish a decentralized judging system. He describes how, until now, all disputes and issues were brought directly to him, which not only overwhelmed him but also delayed the resolution of important conflicts. "We need a council of elders," Moses proposes. "Men and women of trust, respected by all, who can help us administer justice and resolve minor disputes. This will allow me to focus on spiritual guidelines and decisions of greater impact for our journey." Moses, along with Jethro, begins the process of selecting the elders. They carefully observe daily interactions in the camp, identifying those who demonstrate wisdom, justice, and compassion. Men and women who have already excelled in mediating conflicts and community leadership are invited to serve. Each selected individual is called to a special meeting, where Moses and Jethro explain the importance of their role. "You have been chosen for your integrity and ability to judge impartially," Moses says. "With your help, we will build a more just and united community." The Council of Elders is officially formed in a solemn ceremony. The tents are decorated with symbols of unity and justice, reflecting the importance of the new system. Each elder receives special attire, representing their responsibility and authority within the community. Jethro, observing the formation of the council, feels a deep satisfaction seeing his guidance being implemented. He knows that this change will not only relieve Moses, but also strengthen the entire social structure of Israel. A few days after the council's formation, a dispute arises between two shepherds over the ownership of a fertile piece of land. The community, previously accustomed to bringing all issues to Moses, now has a clear path for resolution. The shepherds present their cases to the elders, who listen attentively, weighing the evidence and hearing the witnesses' testimonies. After a fair and thoughtful deliberation, the elders issue a balanced verdict, satisfying both parties. The decision is received with relief and gratitude, demonstrating the new system's effectiveness. Moses, watching closely, feels a wave of pride and relief seeing that solutions are being reached efficiently and impartially. The Israelite community reacts positively to the implementation of the judging system. People feel more heard and respected, knowing that their disputes will be resolved fairly and swiftly. Trust in Moses and the leadership of the Council of Elders strengthens, promoting an environment of harmony and collaboration. The council meetings become regular events, where issues are openly discussed and solutions are collectively found. The transparency and fairness of the process inspire other community members to take on leadership roles, creating a network of mutual support and shared responsibility. With the distribution of responsibilities, Moses experiences a significant reduction in his workload. He can now dedicate more time to prayer, spiritual reflection, and strategic planning for Israel's journey. Administrative efficiency increases, allowing the people to focus on their daily tasks with greater peace and confidence. Moreover, the Council of Elders fosters a culture of justice and equity, where every community member feels valued and respected. The decentralized structure encourages active participation and engagement from all, strengthening community bonds and social cohesion. As positive results accumulate, Jethro's wisdom is widely recognized and valued. Moses frequently expresses his gratitude, acknowledging that without his father-in-law's counsel, efficient and just administration would have been impossible. The relationship between Moses and Jethro deepens, based on mutual respect and admiration for each other's leadership qualities. Jethro, in turn, feels honored to contribute so significantly to the success and prosperity of the people of Israel. He sees his legacy being built through the fair and collaborative practices now governing the community. With the judging system fully operational, Moses' leadership becomes even more solidified. He is seen not only as a spiritual leader, but also as a wise and effective administrator. The harmony within the camp reflects in the smoother journey toward the Promised Land, where each challenge is met with unity and determination. The implementation of the judging system, based on Jethro's counsel, highlights the importance of delegating responsibilities and creating collaborative leadership structures. This crucial moment in Moses and Jethro's history demonstrates how shared wisdom can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and community strengthening, promoting fair and efficient leadership for all. Moses' implementation of the judging system, guided by Jethro, illustrates how collaboration and the distribution of responsibilities are essential for effective and sustainable leadership. This episode teaches us about the importance of trusting other leaders and valuing collective wisdom to build strong and resilient communities. With the establishment of the Council of Elders, the administration of the people of Israel undergoes a significant transformation. The new leadership structure not only alleviates Moses' burden, but also promotes a more organized and just management, reflecting Jethro's wisdom and vision. This period marks a tangible strengthening of the community, where justice and efficiency become fundamental pillars of daily coexistence. In the first weeks after forming the Council of Elders, the Israelite camp buzzes with new energy. Council meetings are held daily, early in the morning, under the shade of a leafy tree. Trusted men and women gather to discuss and resolve disputes that previously fell exclusively to Moses. The atmosphere in the meetings is one of respect and collaboration, with each elder bringing their wisdom and perspective to the issues presented. A clear example of administrative improvement occurs when two brothers enter into conflict over a flock. Before the council's implementation, Moses would have to hear both sides, analyze the evidence, and make a decision that often generated additional tension. Now the elders patiently listen to both parties, consider the evidence, and reach a fair and balanced solution. The brothers, satisfied with the impartial decision, leave the meeting confident that their concerns have been heard and resolved justly. The new structure also enhances the distribution of essential resources, such as water and food. During a temporary water shortage, the Council of Elders quickly organizes the collection and equitable distribution of water among the families. This swift and organized response prevents conflicts and ensures that everyone has what they need to survive. The efficiency with which resources are managed strengthens the people's trust in collective leadership, fostering a sense of security and well-being. Justice becomes a central value in the community. The Council of Elders' decisions are seen as fair and equitable, reflecting Jethro's wisdom and the integrity of the chosen leaders. People begin to realize that, regardless of their social or familial status, their issues will be handled impartially. This promotes a culture of mutual respect and cooperation, where everyone feels valued and heard. With the decentralization of leadership, more community members actively engage in administration and group decisions. Individuals who previously felt excluded or incapable of contributing now find opportunities to take on significant roles. This increasing involvement not only distributes responsibilities, but also strengthens the sense of belonging and social cohesion. The community becomes more united, with each individual feeling an integral part of the whole. The new leaders develop valuable skills as they perform their roles in the council. They learn to listen with empathy, mediate conflicts justly, and make thoughtful decisions. This ongoing development of leadership skills benefits not only the individuals but also the entire community, creating a resilient and adaptable leadership network capable of confidently facing future challenges. With delegated responsibilities, Moses experiences a significant reduction in his workload. He can now dedicate more time to prayer, spiritual reflection, and strategic planning for Israel's journey. This spiritual and mental renewal allows Moses to continue leading with wisdom and inspiration, keeping the people's faith and morale high even in the desert's adversities. One of the first successes of the new system occurs when a dispute arises over the ownership of a nearby water source. Previously, Moses would have had to intervene directly, but now the elders can mediate the dispute quickly and fairly. Both parties involved are satisfied with the proposed solution, which considers both their needs and the sustainability of the resource. This example serves as a powerful testimony to the Council of Elders' effectiveness, inspiring confidence and respect throughout the community. The more organized and just administration strengthens the bonds within the Israelite community. People feel more connected and united, knowing that their needs are met efficiently and fairly. The harmony within the camp is reflected in the collective journey toward the Promised Land, where each challenge is met with unity and determination. Solidarity and mutual support become hallmark traits of the community, fostering an environment where everyone thrives together. Moses publicly expresses his gratitude to Jethro, acknowledging that without his father-in-law's counsel, efficient and just administration would have been impossible. He thanks God for the wisdom granted to Jethro and the harmonious collaboration among the leaders. The community also recognizes the importance of this change, celebrating the benefits the new structure has brought to everyone. The collective gratitude reinforces respect and admiration for Jethro, solidifying his position as a valuable mentor and advisor. The improvement in the administration of the people of Israel, resulting from the Council of Elders' implementation, demonstrates how organization and justice can strengthen a community. This episode reflects the importance of collective wisdom and collaboration in leadership, showing how efficient management promotes harmony and prosperity for all community members. Over time, Jethro's influence in the Israelite camp becomes increasingly evident. His wisdom and experience not only helped alleviate Moses' burden, but also established solid foundations for the community's leadership and governance. Jethro's legacy transcends his physical presence, leaving an indelible mark on Israel's history and illustrating the crucial importance of wise mentors and advisors. As days turn into months and months into years, Jethro continues to be a respected and admired figure in the camp. His balanced and fair approach to leadership issues inspires both the elders and emerging young leaders. The Council of Elders meetings, now well established, reflect Jethro's wisdom and vision, encouraging a culture of collaboration and justice. Moses, recognizing the depth of Jethro's contribution, often gives public praise. In assemblies and community gatherings, he highlights how Jethro's guidance was essential in creating an efficient and equitable leadership system. Without Jethro's wisdom and counsel, Moses says, we would not have been able to organize our community so effectively. He taught us the importance of delegation and collaboration, principles that continue to guide our people to this day. Jethro's legacy is perpetuated through the stories and teachings he shares with new leaders. He frequently conducts mentorship sessions, teaching principles of leadership, conflict resolution, and fair administration. These sessions not only strengthen the skills of emerging leaders, but also ensure that the values of justice, compassion, and wisdom are passed down from generation to generation. A remarkable example of this mentorship occurs when a young leader, David, faces a significant challenge in mediating a complex dispute between two influential families in the camp. David, still inexperienced, remembers Jethro's lessons on listening with empathy and judging impartially. With confidence and guidance, he successfully resolves the dispute fairly, directly reflecting the legacy of wisdom that Jethro left behind. Israel's social structure, heavily influenced by the Council of Elders, fosters a more united and resilient community. The decentralization of leadership not only relieved Moses, but also empowered other leaders to take on responsibilities and develop their own leadership capabilities. This collaborative approach strengthened community bonds and ensured that Israel's administration remained agile and effective, even in the face of unexpected challenges. Jethro, observing this transformation, feels fulfilled seeing that his initial intervention triggered a series of positive events that benefited the entire community. He understands that true leadership power lies in the ability to inspire and empower others, a principle he practiced throughout his life in Midian. When Israel finally reaches the Promised Land, the impact of Jethro's contribution is evident. The organization and justice established during the desert journey served as solid foundations for forming a prosperous and harmonious nation. The cities were planned with efficient governance systems, and society was structured to promote equity and the well-being of all its inhabitants. The elders, trained under Jethro's mentorship, continued to play crucial roles in the land's administration. Jethro's shared wisdom helped shape just laws and ensure that leadership remained aligned with principles of justice and compassion. Jethro's heritage lives on not only in political structures, but also in the hearts and minds of those who lead with integrity and wisdom. Jethro's stories and wisdom are passed down from generation to generation, serving as inspiration for future leaders. The scriptures and oral teachings preserve Jethro's legacy, reminding the people of Israel of the importance of seeking wise counsel and valuing mentorship. He is remembered as a model of wisdom, humility, and generosity, whose actions helped shape the identity and success of an entire nation. Future generations look to Jethro as an example of how wisdom and mentorship can transform communities and ensure the continuity of effective leadership. He becomes an emblematic figure, representing the importance of recognizing and valuing wise advisors in all spheres of life. Jethro's legacy is not just a historical lesson, but also a principle applicable in modern life. Just as Jethro helped Moses structure Israel's leadership, today we understand the importance of having wise mentors and advisors in our personal and professional journeys. The ability to delegate, trust others, and seek intelligent counsel remains fundamental for success and harmony in any community or organization. Jethro's contribution leaves a lasting legacy in Israel's history, emphasizing the importance of having mentors and seeking wise counsel to face challenges and promote effective leadership. His wisdom and guidance not only transformed Moses' leadership, but also established governance principles that endured for generations, strengthening the community and ensuring its continued success. Jethro's legacy of wisdom and mentorship illustrates how collaboration and guidance from experienced mentors are essential for building strong leadership and resilient communities. This episode teaches us to value and seek wise counsel, recognizing that true leadership strength lies in the ability to inspire, empower, and support those around us. As the story of Jethro and Moses unfolds, we are led to deeply reflect on the principles of leadership and the importance of mentorship. The joint journey of these two men eloquently illustrates how shared wisdom can transform communities and strengthen leadership. This conclusion offers us valuable lessons that resonate both in historical contexts and in modern life. The relationship between Jethro and Moses exemplifies the power of mentorship. Jethro, with his vast experience as a priest and leader in Midian, recognizes the challenges Moses faces and offers advice that will change the course of Israel's history. This gesture not only alleviates Moses' burden, but also establishes a sustainable leadership model that will benefit future generations. The presence of an experienced mentor is crucial for any leader, providing guidance, perspective, and support in moments of decision and adversity. Jethro's advice demonstrates how external insights can bring innovative solutions to complex problems. By suggesting the delegation of responsibilities, Jethro not only solves an immediate problem but also establishes a structure that promotes efficiency and justice. This act of wisdom transforms the way Moses leads, allowing him to focus on more strategic and spiritual aspects of leadership. It underscores the importance of being open to advice and valuing the perspectives of those with experience and knowledge. With the implementation of the Council of Elders, Israel's administration becomes more organized and just. This decentralized system not only distributes the workload, but also fosters a culture of collaboration and mutual trust. The community, now more cohesive and well-structured, is able to face challenges with greater resilience and effectiveness. Jethro's wisdom, therefore, benefits not only Moses but the entire community, demonstrating how a well-structured leadership can strengthen social bonds and promote collective well-being. Jethro's legacy endures in Israel's history as a testament to the importance of mentorship and wise counsel. The governance structures he helped establish continue to influence the people's organization and leadership, ensuring that principles of justice and equity are maintained. This legacy serves as a constant reminder that shared wisdom can have a lasting and positive impact, shaping a nation's future in a meaningful way. The lessons from Jethro and Moses' story are highly relevant to contemporary leadership. In any context, whether business, community, or personal, seeking experienced mentors and valuing wise counsel are essential for leadership growth and effectiveness. The ability to delegate responsibilities, trust other leaders, and promote a culture of collaboration are fundamental practices that can transform organizations and communities, just as they transformed Israel's journey toward the Promised Land. The story also teaches us the importance of recognizing and valuing those who guide us. Jethro did not seek personal recognition for his contribution, but his influence was vital to Moses and the people of Israel's success. Similarly, in modern life, it is essential to recognize the role of mentors and express gratitude for their guidance and support. This recognition not only strengthens relationships, but also encourages a culture of ongoing mentorship and collaboration. As we conclude this story, we are inspired to seek and value the guidance of experienced mentors in our own lives. Jethro's wisdom shows us that by being open to advice and willing to learn from those with more experience, we can transform the way we lead and organize our responsibilities. This transformation not only benefits us individually, but also strengthens the communities and organizations we are part of. The story of Jethro teaches us about the importance of seeking and valuing the guidance of experienced mentors, showing how wise counsel can transform the way we lead and organize our responsibilities. By following Jethro's example, we can build more effective leadership, promote justice and collaboration, and ensure the success and harmony of our communities. May we always recognize and appreciate those who guide us, understanding that true leadership strength lies in the ability to inspire, empower, and support those around us. The story of Jethro and Moses is a powerful reminder that shared wisdom and mentorship are essential pillars for effective and sustainable leadership. By valuing and seeking advice from experienced mentors, we can transform our leadership approaches, promoting justice, collaboration, and prosperity in all areas of our lives. Thank you for watching until here, and don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell to see more content like this and stories of overcoming, motivation, and interesting topics. Until next time.